Hello and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 81 for the week of November 30th. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. I am your co-host Alca7raz, and with me, as usual, is Nemesis.
Black Friday ended with no deaths. Surprise.
I'm very surprised, actually.
Yeah,
I've been getting used to it.
People kept track of it, and there was no deaths this year, as far as they can tell.
Yeah,
Injuries, yes, but no deaths.
Injuries, but no deaths. It's actually a relatively quiet Black Friday.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's a good thing. No one died.
Yay.
It's always a good thing when no one dies.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have an episode, as usual. We got some stuff to talk about. We're going to, again, try something. We'll hope it works out. We also got a comic to talk about, and we have some fan content.
Yes.
But we will get to that. But first up, we have a little bit of news. And you should follow along. Go to pony411.libsyn.com/show notes and click the link for this episode so you can follow along and get what links we have. Convention news. Brian Drummond and his daughter, Brenna, I think I pronounced that right, will be attending BabsCon next year. Also attending BabsCon is, let's get a drum roll, Tara Strong.
I need to go to BabsCon now.
Yeah, yep.
Unless they announce that Tara Strong's going to Everfree, in which case, well, I'm fine. I can just go to Everfree.
We still would like to go to BabsCon.
Yeah, well.
That would be interesting. But yes. So if you're going to BabsCon, there's some more people to see.
I need to get a pony signed. I have one half of the signatures I need.
That's all the convention news. Fandom news. An interesting looking fan game released another development video showing off Twilight's attack abilities. I don't think it actually has a name, does it?
I don't think so, no. But it's
doesn't
from someone in Japan, though.
Yeah. The Japanese development, it looks actually really neat. The animation stuff is pretty cool. So, click the link,
or a
check it out.
platformer.
Yeah, it looks like a platformer.
He said there's going to be more characters. So it's going to be more than just Twilight, apparently. And watch it with closed captions on YouTube. Otherwise, you're just going to unless you can read Japanese, which is cool. But yeah, just also know he's not very good at speaking English, so there's few bits of weird translation in the closed caption. But
you can still make sense of it.
Yeah, it's still, you can go, okay, you get the gist of it. The gist.
Yeah. But it looks really cool, so I'm interested to see where it goes. Another fandom news. The next Balloon Party album, by the time you hear this, will be out.
Should be out.
Should be, unless
barring
something...
any weirdness.
Yeah. Should be coming out Monday, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So it should be out by the time you hear this. Hopefully it's good.
If it's not, it's not our fault.
Yeah, it's not our fault. We have no control over it.
Might be his, though.
Shh. Merchandise news. Images of Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Rarity Rockin' Hair Equestria Girls dolls have appeared.
Yes, this is joining the other three that we already saw a couple weeks ago. So
there you go.
These are just basic Equestria Girls with like weird hair clip-on things. So there you go. You would collect Equestria Girls dolls.
Yep. The Princess Celestia Build-A-Bear plush is now available in the UK.
Yes, which probably means US in the next few weeks. Because they said December, and they just never said when in December.
So hopefully soon. That'll be cool. I have one, and they're actually really nice for being mass-produced.
Yeah. 40E is still better, though.
40E is still better, but it's a little bit more expensive. Can't wait till those come out. Can't wait.
Soon.
Yep. Some new gear on the Xbox 360 Avatar Marketplace.
Oh, no.
Yep. Has shown up, including a dragon outfit, which is the same one Spike wore during Nightmare Nights episode.
Yeah.
A Star Swirl outfit.
Like Twilight's.
And Spike as a pet. Yes. Laugh it up. But yeah, so if you are interested in those, go spend money. Or not. Your choice. In comic news, the original artwork for Friends Forever number 11, that's the Dash and Spitfire one that just recently came out, is up for sale. If you can afford it.
Yep.
They're not exactly cheap.
Like the Amy Memberson art from last week.
Yep. And these are the full pages, not just the cover.
Yeah.
So, but they're on like $225 to $250 a piece.
At least.
That's
some of them more, I believe. Yeah.
So yeah, if you've got the money to fork.
Yeah, some of them were. Oh, like there's a big one. It's just $750. Which
that's the 2-page.
The cover is $1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, if you're a collector and you have the money,
there you
that's
go.
something to look for. Speaking of Friends Forever, Friends Forever Volume number 3 is up for pre-order on Amazon. And that is, I believe, 9, 10, 11, and 12 that are included in that. So
but you might want to hold off on that. There's a good reason for that.
Yes. You might want to, because the next thing we have, right now, the Humble Bundle Books currently has the MLP comics up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, the Humble Bundle, it's pay what you want to get what they have initially, but if you pay over a certain amount, you get more stuff. And this time, if you pay under the running average, you get the first 5 Friends Forever episodes and the whole micro series, the 10 of them. If you pay over the running average, which at the time of recording is about $13, you get the first half of the main series and the rest of the Friends Forever comics that are out yet. It doesn't show that it includes number 11.
Right.
But it shows that more may be included later. Yeah. So 11 and possibly later, 12 may come in, maybe some of the annuals. If you pay more than $15, though, you get pretty much everything else that's come out.
Just you pretty much, as far as we can tell, you get all but 4 of the comics if you pay $15. And that is an amazing deal.
It is.
Because remember, these comics cost $4 a pop. So factoring in tax and stuff, you're likely, $15 will only get you around 3 comics.
Mm-hmm.
So for $15, you get
pretty much
everything,
all of them,
except for
maybe even all of them if they add more later.
They haven't said what all of them are yet. They're saying there's more to come, but as of now, as we record, there is annual 2013 and 14 are both missing, and the issue 25 of the main series, and I think
Friends Forever 11
Friends Forever 11 none of those are available yet.
Yeah, but they may be added later. We don't know.
I'm almost certain at least the annuals will be added.
Yeah.
I mean, you even get the show ones, the ones that are based off episodes of the show, but from my understanding, those are literally, they take screenshots of the show and put word balloons over them. I've never bought them, but that's what I've heard they are.
Huh, that's interesting. So but hey, that's $15 for the whole batch.
Yeah,
that's like a really good deal. So
and it's running till December 10th.
So yeah, if you've been looking to get the comics, you've been holding off, this is a great chance to pick them up.
Yes.
So
it's all digital, though, remember that.
Yeah, it's all digital. You don't get hard copies.
If you want hard copies, you got to pay a lot more.
Yep. In Friendship is Magic news, German Amazon lists Blu-ray version of Season 2 for pre-order.
Yeah, it listed it.
There you go.
It's there in Germany.
Still Amazon
no
Germany
version in the U.S. though.
Yeah.
However,
the German ones are listed as Region 0, so they will play anywhere.
Yeah. Also, they have the English tracks.
Yeah.
But only in stereo, not in 5.1.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about region locking at least. So if you want to import that. Another Season 5 teaser has come out, and this one's focused on Fluttershy.
Yay.
So, there's going to be more.
Yeah.
We've done 2. They've got 4 more to go. So,
which one's going to be next? I'm betting Pinky.
Possibly?
I'm going to bet Pinky.
You're going to bet Pinky?
Yep.
I'm not going to bet. It could be any of them.
Wuss.
Maybe.
There's not even any money involved.
I know. Shush. Anyway, moving right along. According to Daniel Ingram's tweet, Rainbow Dash's Season 5 solo is in review.
Final mix.
Yep, the final mix. We've known that she's going to have a solo for a while now, but apparently it's in the last stages to being done.
It's going to be awesome as I want to be.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They wouldn't have to put that through review if they already did it.
It's going to be a remix of Awesome as I Want to Be.
No, it's not. But I can't wait for it anyway. It's going to be awesome, whatever it is.
Watch, it turns out to be suck.
Don't ruin my dreams.
Dream crusher.
Don't. In our last bit of news, what may or may not be pony related, voice actor Shannon Chan Kent tweeted about a voice actor for a Rainbow Ruby. It's a little girl, voice actor.
Yeah.
Not entirely certain what Rainbow Ruby is.
Yeah.
So it may or may not be pony related.
Yeah, a lot of people just immediately jumped in assuming it's a pony thing, but I don't think she does exclusively pony stuff.
No, I think there's a fair chance that it could be something else.
Yeah, so she's also done Littlest Pet Shop and stuff, so it might actually be that.
So we will probably end up figuring that one out.
We'll find out soon. But some people are kind of speculating, is it something to do with Rainbow Dash? If it is,
maybe, I mean, Rainbow.
But who knows?
I mean, I've seen some people throw out the speculation maybe it's a sibling. I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
You never know, though.
But you never know.
They did throw Twilight having a brother out of nowhere at us. Remember that?
Yes. But Rainbow Dash already has an effective little sister. Doesn't need another one.
Oh, she's being replaced. Oh, God. Oh, God, the face he's making. I think I just broke him.
Yeah, no. I don't think they'll ever do that. But yeah. That's a thing. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So
find out soon. Just remember, guys, not everything is automatically pony related.
Yes. Remember, these voice actors are not only pony voice actors. They do other things. They have other lives. Imagine that.
They have a voice for every life they have.
How many does Tara Strong have?
I don't know.
A
if you
lot.
listen to some of the critics, they'll say 5.
Oh, yes. If you listen to her tweets, though, it's all of them.
Everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the news. There you go. There you have it. Not very much. So, we have a bit of discussion. We've kind of talked about it off the air with each other here now because I think we can give it a shot. So,
let's see. Kind of
like what we think. So, Spike,
a character study, I guess.
Kind of an analysis.
I don't want to say analysis. No, I don't want to be involved.
I don't really call it analysis. That's kind of setting. I don't want to
I don't want to go in that direction. Although technically everything we do when a new episode comes out is analysis. So, but it's like light. We don't go heavy, hardcore, and get everything wrong. Sorry.
I'm sensing something there.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
it's not contagious.
God. Anyway, Spike.
Yeah, Spike. All about Spike.
All about Spike.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's a thing, I guess.
He is a thing. I think any of our listeners who have been listening for a while will know that you're not exactly a huge fan of Spike.
I don't like Spike.
So, I don't know why.
Why? He's boring.
All right.
Well, for one, yeah, he's boring. I mean, he has character. I mean, that's at least one positive I can give him. He has a character.
Flash.
Yeah, he's not Flash. He's not Flash. There you go. But yeah, he's not interesting to me. He's just kind of, he's the little kid. And I mean, he's like the CMC actually, even though they're also kind of fill the same role, they're not as, well, they actually do have interesting moments. Spike so far, for the most part, except for like here and there, a couple things here and there, he's kind of boring, especially when he's put into the spotlight. There's a couple times the writers are like, they don't know what to do with him, and they've admitted as much that they don't like write. Some of them said they really don't like writing for him, or when they have to write for him, they don't know what to do with him, and he's just kind of like, oh yeah, that. What do we do with Spike? And it's just, at this point, it honestly feels like he's only there just because he's always been there, and they don't know what to do with him, so he's just there now until.
Yeah, I mean, I think the original intention for putting him in there was obviously to give a way to communicate between Celestia and Twilight, I believe.
Yeah,
it was pretty
much.
Like, the joke has been the fax machine.
Yeah, which they actually referred to him as in the Season 1 DVD commentary, which is funny. They actually called him a fax machine, which, vindication for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was put there for that purpose, to fill that role, but he also sort of tends to fill the role of comedic relief.
Yeah.
But on his own, you can't have comedic relief with him by himself. You have to be with the other characters.
I think I know here's the weird thing. I've noticed Spike fans tend to be the most zealous. So I'll say it's weird. Like, Spike fans are really zealous. Like, they get mad when you forget about Spike or badmouth Spike. I don't know what it is, but they just get mad. A lot of
fans do that. I've
seen Spike fans in particular get mad. There's that one guy who's harassing like Megan McCarthy.
Oh, that one, yeah.
But
what's up with that?
I don't know, but it's just.
Needs to get a life.
I think the problem with Spike is that when you put him as a main character, for example, All's Well That Ends Well, Spike at Your Service, Dragon Quest, so on. When you put him as the main character, things start to fall apart. It doesn't work as a main character. When you put him as a supporting character, when he's just there making jokes or getting into weird situations or whatever, or just making weird observations, he works a lot better as a side supporting character. But the second main, it's not great.
That's what I want to say. He works best with other characters as like the comic relief thing, but he has to have something to work off of.
Like Lesson Zero, actually. He worked really well in Lesson Zero.
Yeah, but he has to play off of other characters. Has to be other things. For example, the little quips here and there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have enough. To him, there's not enough there to really work on.
I will say
as a main character.
Best he's ever been as a main character was Equestria Games, which that episode got a lot of criticism because it's not focusing on the games, it's only focusing on Spike.
Yeah, which is a bit justified because the amount of build-up they had for the Equestria Games it didn't quite match.
But
their
that's
hype.
you're kind of getting to criticizing it for what it's not rather than what it is.
Yeah, that's
kind
of
a bad road to go down. Yeah. Which actually a lot of people went down that road anyway. And yeah, but yeah, that was his best main spotlight performance, which is funny because he's in the spotlight and what happens, he chokes. And that's, I think, what... And but you notice he's kind of the butt monkey for that episode anyway. He's the main character, but he's still a bit of a butt monkey, which, if you don't know what that is, that basically means that a lot of bad things happen to someone just kind of... often just for the sake of being funny. Yeah. And so this relief. Look, they just kind of threw him and other episodes like Dragon Quest, I don't. It's like that episode I actually kind of like. Yeah. But it works in spite of Spike and not because of Spike. And it's the same thing with Secret of My Excess.
Yeah, he's an important character. He has a main role, but he's not the main role. I mean, in Dragon Quest, you had the three that were following him.
But he was still the primary character there. And same with Secret of My Excess, it was about him mostly, but. It was the weird thing about those episodes, they worked in spite of Spike and not because of Spike. It was the stuff around him that made it work. If it wasn't for that, it would have fallen apart very quickly.
He has to have other things to work with. He can't work on his own.
Yeah, he almost never works on his own. And when you try to force it, and I can't remember which one. I know Emmy Larson says he thinks Spike is boring, which is, several writers don't really like writing for him. And it's like, what do you do with that when you get to that point? At this point, it's like, really, if you kind of ignore the whole side character thing, it's like he has no purpose now, but you can't really get rid of him easily.
Yeah, because now they don't need to write letters or send letters.
I mean, he even made in Rainbow Rocks, they showed really how pointless it is. But look, here's a book that does the exact same job you've been doing.
Oops.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And you also know, he has self-esteem problems. Some serious self-esteem problems that we've seen, like in Lunar Eclipse, where he's dressing up as a dragon. He feels like, or Dragon Quest in general, where he just...
That can actually be a good thing, because it gives him back character.
It gives him character, but I'm not saying he doesn't have character. I'm just saying it's just kind of...
A lot of them have self-esteem problems.
But him in particular has some pretty nasty ones. And, of course, there's a multitude of theories as to why those self-esteem problems exist, but...
Yeah. Basically, we just don't think he has enough character to build an episode around on his own.
Because almost every single one of his episodes are kind of fall flat.
Yeah, so...
Of course, the worst one is the one where he was completely out of character, but I'm still wondering, it probably would have been better if they went with the original plan of Rarity instead of Applejack and Spike at Your Service.
It would have made a bit more sense.
But it made sense, but the thing is, I'm not sure if it would have made a great episode of itself, It's still mostly about Spike bumbling around, so it's like, is that still would be a good episode? I mean, it probably makes sense, but as it stands, it's like, would it be a good episode? I mean, what was it? Inspiration Manifestation, that was a Spike and Rarity thing, and I think it's another episode where, again, it worked despite Spike and not because of Spike, because, we got to watch Rarity go crazy. Yeah. And that was funny. So, whereas we just kind of watched Spike just hem and haw over the same thing, just refuse to admit that maybe he's wrong again.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of widely agreed on that All's Well That Ends Well is the worst episode of season 1, and that is Spike episode.
Yeah. It's not great.
Yeah. It's weak. I think the only reason I had fond memories of it because I got to watch it with friends live. We were watching it together, so we got to make fun of it and stuff, so it became a lot more enjoyable than watching it by myself.
Yeah.
So I think I would have been harder on that episode initially if it wasn't for the fact that I watched it with friends. But that's the thing. So I guess it's like, what do you do from here? I mean, what can you do?
Yeah. What would you do? For example, if you had control of Spike,
I'd find a way to get rid of him. I would. I'm trying to, but the problem is how? It's like at this point he has no real function anymore. He has no real purpose, and I can't really. And his character is just so uninteresting to me. Is just like, I don't know what you can do to improve that if you're going to keep him around.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, how if you were to write him out, what story element could you use?
The only thing I think of is you have to kind of kick him back off to Camelot somehow or something. Really,
yeah, because I mean they already did Dragon Quest,
which a lot of fanfics do. Just if you don't know how to deal with Spike, make him go to Camelot for some reason. Yeah, exactly.
Celestia needs him for something.
Yeah, that's really all I can really think of, other than because you can't really just kill him.
Well, no, you can't.
You can't do that.
You can't kill a main character in a show like this.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you can't send him off with the dragons. We had Dragon Quest. You can't do that now.
He won't do it. won't really make sense.
No, you ain't gonna follow them. So you have to find some way to improve him. You have to give him.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's one of the kid characters. We already have 3 other characters I think fulfill that role better of being the child character, and those are the CMC. They do that role
put Spike with
better.
The CMC.
I mean, we've seen that a little bit. Like two of them, those 2 elements, kind of bouncing off each other, but really nothing huge. Like the Just for Sidekicks episode.
Yeah.
Really, we saw them, doing stuff together, but it's like we really don't see that a lot either.
Yeah, there's not. I don't know of any ways to really improve upon it. I can't think of any stuff.
I mean, you'd have to, I think one thing you have to do is find a way to justify his continued existence. And also at this point, we're also at the point of, come on, just get over the rarity thing already.
Yes, I
finish
think
that arc
that's
off.
Just end it. Either
find a way. At this point, it's like everyone knows.
Either have him get over it, or have some sort of catalyst or
some sort of closure on that.
Something. It's getting old.
It really is.
Yes.
Spike has a crush on Rarity.
Still. We get it.
And then sometimes whoever writing sometimes forgets then. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, whoops.
Yeah, it's like no, they didn't forget it with the Trenderhoof incident.
Not really. They kind of brought it up though, but
that would have been a perfect place too to end it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they showed Spike kind of not really pushing the crush right there.
Yeah, they acknowledged it, but
that would have been a good place to really start the drop off of the crush.
Mm-hmm. Find a way to end it, I guess, because we're already at the point of there's the uncomfortable age gap, and it's like, when do you dipper? Except the age gap's even bigger, probably, it seems. Because it's that nebulous.
We don't know pony ages.
Yeah,
and with dragon aging, it's even really
nebulous
weird
thing, because they keep referring. Twilight's pretty insistent on calling him baby dragon.
Yes.
But it's also kind of implied that he's like 10, 12-ish. In that age
but then
range.
we have the whole dragon aging thing is weird too.
Yeah.
Because he aged. How much did he age when he made that horde?
Yeah, we don't really know that either. We just know he's
like
bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, nebulous concepts, man. I mean, fodder for fanfic writers, but it's always kind of like,
come on, handle that. I don't know, but I do agree they need to end.
It's just one of those things. They I think they know they have no real way of ending it on a good note.
Yeah, but why?
They know they're going to piss someone off.
To quietly let it go, then.
Yeah, they know that no matter how they end it, though, they'll piss someone off because they try to do quiet. Someone's going to, what about? Someone's always going to speak about, what about the Spike Rarity thing?
Yeah.
Are you ever going to resolve that?
Yeah,
I think they know they can't really. They know they can't put them together because then you get bringing up the whole implication of that you can't really. There's the implication of he's kind of a kid and she's an adult, and
how do you handle that?
And well, if you have it end it with Rarity letting him down, you're gonna have a whole legion of shippers all angry.
I think no matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna have shippers angry.
Yeah, but it's just you're gonna have them directly angry, at you, because you basically just said you just sunk a ship for them.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, how do you handle that? That's just.
Yeah, so
unfortunate.
That's the thing. I mean, his only real purpose right now is just be comedic relief, and kind of bounce off Twilight when Twilight goes a little bit more on the unhinged side, which she occasionally does still. Yeah,
I think they need to work. They can't just get rid of him unless they come up with some weird miracle. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah,
they might come up with something in season 5 because looks like they're a little bit of things are changing.
Things are changing. Traveling. They've already changed. They're changing more.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. At least he could use little bit by little bit, give him a little bit more personality to work with. Start developing him.
3 episodes in season 4? Because there was Power Ponies, Inspiration Manifestation, and Equestria Games, and those are the ones I remember.
And Power Ponies was really good.
Yeah, Power Ponies was good, but that was another one case of in spite of Spike, and not because of Spike, because we got to see, oh look, there's the main 6 having superpowers and stuff, and then we had a comic book goofiness, and it was fun.
Yes.
But then Spike's just sitting there being all depressed because he's useless, which well, we're sitting here right now harping on him because he's useless.
Because he's at the moment, yeah, he kind of is.
Yeah, they tried to address the whole. I think that whole episode was kind of addressing complaints that Spike is useless and didn't really address those complaints really well because they kind of engineered a situation where, oh, guess what? He's kind of not useless, but then he's still useless outside of this one specific situation. Really.
Yeah, I think what they need to do is just slowly develop him in the background. Yeah. You can't put him into the front because the episode's going to kind of fall apart because he doesn't have enough right now. But you slowly add things in, slowly develop him how he works with other ones.
At one point in time, we didn't really know anything. At one point, we didn't really know anything about the main six, but in the 2 episodes, they pretty much told us a lot about them.
But they are the main characters, so it's a little bit different. They have,
but that's the thing. It's like, well, someone would argue is, I guess, possibly you have to make him the main character to really flesh him out. But the problem is every single time they try, they don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, obviously, that's not working. I think it's time to reanalyze how you're getting about this.
It's a weird thing because he does have personality and character. He's snarky. He's often sarcastic. But he doesn't know his own limits. He's still a kid. So he's also kind of naive at times. But
there's obviously stuff to work with. It's just
kind of boring now.
It's just kind of.
And all of that, it's just like I said, it seems he fulfilled the innocent kid role pretty well already. Of course, they were introduced later, but still, they fulfill that role better. His role as kind of the messenger type person is kind of been dropped out from underneath him. And so his only real role is just kind of occasionally just, I guess, ask questions on behalf of the viewer and also possibly just be there to be funny. And that's really all. I think that's all he's going to ever be.
Yeah, because we don't see him doing the keeping Twilight from going insane much anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of because
Twilight's starting to calm down.
She's calmed down a lot since
so that role's starting to degrade
role's kind of gone.
So it's
it's just kind of there for him to. I guess they're kind of there just to snark back and forth at each other every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I honestly, if I could, I wish it's just one of those. I think he's only there. The only reason they had him was because, well, it was one of those. You have to have a Spike in ponies. You have to have an MLP. A Spike character has to be there. A dragon, a purplish dragon.
Yeah.
Or blue.
Although I will say that this Spike is much better than the last Spike.
Yeah, and the Spike before that too. Just because the voice, the G1 voice. Oh man, that was terrible.
Yeah, was not good.
What do you do?
What do you do with that?
What do you do? I mean, he has his fans, obviously, his zealous fans, but
I think every character has its batch of zealous fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do with that? I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's just I can't really think of anything to really make him better for me. It's
just some general ideas. He needs a little bit more work. Something else.
Something to make him interesting.
Something to make him interesting. But you'd have to come up with something good if you wanted to do it in the main.
I think a lot of writers are not going to try just because, again, they don't like writing for him. So if you don't like writing for him, you're going to have a kind of.
Yeah.
Notice in some of the episodes, just kind of just pretend Spike doesn't exist for an episode because it's just easier that way. I think at this point we kind of are getting this vibe from a lot of the writers that they kind of wish they didn't have to deal with Spike, but they now have to deal with him.
So, yeah.
Some of them, not all of them, obviously. But I think my thing is just keep him as a side character. Just don't try to push him in the spotlight again. It only pulled it off successfully really once, and that was Equestria Games. If they can do that again, great. But that was just funny. It worked just because it was so funny. Because if you're gonna put him the main character, just make it a funny episode. Just go for full blown. Just make it funny. I think if you're gonna do main character, you're just kind of. I think people just have to accept he's gonna be the comedic relief. He will always be the comedic relief, and there's not much.
Accept it and use it.
Just accept that, and just fans accept that he is the comedic relief.
Yeah,
his fans. I don't think he's gonna go beyond that really.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else I can add to that.
Yeah, so Spike, boring still. He's got personality, but it needs really some real work.
Yep. Needs some work. So
yeah. I hope that worked out well.
Hopefully that worked out well. That's about what we can say about that.
Hope that talk wasn't as useless as Spike is.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
Anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
We have a comic.
Yes, a comic.
Yep.
Issue 25 of the main series.
25.
as you probably are well aware, this one took forever to get here, but hey, it got here finally.
Yay.
And yeah, this one is, well, it's mostly about Applejack. As you probably can tell.
This is that big Western arc that we've been hearing a lot about.
Basically, they're going to the town of Cantor Creek because her great-granduncle Chili Pepper disappeared. So she's there to investigate along with the rest of the main six. And, she says Chili Pepper's a little crazy, but turns out, well, Chili Pepper actually did a really good job out here in the Wild West.
Yes, he did.
Anyway, turns out he's disappeared, and, well, there's these cattle rustlers. Like, literally, they're the cattle rustlers. That's their name, their gang name, I guess.
Yep.
And, well, they're causing a ruckus in the town, and, well, the main six decided, well, try and stop them.
Yep.
And, well, things progress from there for the most part. That's the basic gist of the...
Without getting into details, yeah.
Yeah, without getting too detailed. Like a lot of the Cook and Price stuff, well, the artwork's really nice. There's a lot of references, both in the background and blatant ones. Yeah, so overall, it looks nice. The story overall is fun. So it is a fun read, but there is one huge problem with the story.
I don't think it's quite as huge, but it is pretty darn big.
No, it's I would disagree, and I'd say it is big. It is a really massive, big, glaring flaw, and it's like this is really the best way you can come up. Basically, what happens is, well, Applejack stands up to the cattle rustlers, and she thinks, well, Twilight's going to back her up, right? Makes sense. And then, nope, Twilight's not going to. Then the cattle rustlers punch Applejack through a wall. And Twilight says, no, I can't use my magic on them because they're living, breathing, thinking beings. We need to be civil. And then this comes up again, and Twilight pretty much makes the same excuse of, I can't use magic on them because reasons. I can't abuse my power. And it's like, here's the problem. These are criminals. And you'd think, maybe, just maybe, a princess of Equestria could go ahead and use her magic to subdue and arrest some wanted criminals. But what do I know, right? But that's the problem. It's like, it's this excuse where she says they have to be civil, but of course she says this after Applejack gets punched through a wall.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Not to mention, hasn't she done it before?
Yeah. And particularly in the comics as well. If you remember the pirate arc, I believe that was issues 13 and 14.
So, yeah.
She used magic on some pirates. She zapped them.
Yeah.
Nothing lethal or even really long-lasting, but
yeah,
must have been painful.
Good. But, yeah, not to mention everything else she's used it on, like the chrysalis and stuff like that, yeah.
But, of course, she's saying, she's saying it's one thing to use a magic against a monster, so basically she's implying chrysalis is a monster.
Or the pirates.
And it's like...
there's a contradiction going on here within the story.
It's like basically they didn't. It's like Katie Cook had no idea how to basically stop the story from ending like 5 pages in.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like I know why they did it.
Yeah,
I know why because that powerful magic is kind of a Deus Ex problem. So they had to come up with some way of stopping.
Because
so
that's just supposed to be Applejack's story.
Yeah, so you have to come up with something to get rid of that.
But this was probably the worst way to do it.
But this was not a very good way.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna say something which may shock some people, because big Twilight fan. I'm gonna say this right now. This comic would have been better if they didn't have Twilight in it.
Yeah, send AJ and a couple others.
Actually, most of the main 6, in fact, don't really need to be there.
Yeah, AJ is pretty much the main one. I don't know.
You probably only need at least half.
Maybe
3 of them. Like Applejack, Rarity, and one other. I get maybe like Pinky.
I'm thinking Pinky.
I mean, those 3 are probably the only real 3 that have contributed, really, to most part. But
I mean, I would even say only include Rarity just because the connection between Applejack and Rarity from earlier episodes.
Yeah.
I don't even know who else you would...
You said episodes.
I said episodes. I meant issues. I know what I meant to say.
But the listeners know.
I'm pretty sure the listeners know, too.
Yeah, but it's like... If you hear me saying that it's better without Twilight, you know you messed up really bad. That's a really big mess if I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Because it's just a really weak excuse. It's out of character, too.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't used...
And not only that, it's like she's talking about she needs to be civil. They're wanted criminals. She knows they're wanted criminals. And it's funny because the complaints about this got so bad. They could go over to the IDW boards. Like, there's a thread for Bobby Curnow to ask him stuff, and he's the editor of IDW, right? he was saying, oh, it's because she doesn't want to be violent. It's like, you can do magic without being violent. Do you remember how she, can carry things? She could literally just lift them up, and that's that. They're subdued.
Yes. Also, the fact that she beat the crap out of the pirates.
Yeah,
she's already done that level of violence before.
Yeah, this is ignoring character. Her character. This is like just writing her out of character, which surprised me because apparently Katie Cook says her favorite character is Twilight. I'm like,
I think it's more of a case of
she didn't
crap.
Know what to do.
We have to do something. We have to get rid of that avenue.
I'm not sure why, but she's. It's weird. It's like they seem to be very insistent on having all of the main 6 there when you really don't need them all.
No,
you don't need all 6 of them there. So far, 3 of them have not really done much for the story. So it's like, and not only that. Here's the thing: why is Spike not there? Because he's at a convention.
What were we saying?
Pony Trek.
Getting rid of Spike.
You know what they could have done? Have Twilight go there too. She's a nerd.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. You
could even had Dash join them.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got 2 of them. I mean, so far, yeah, Twilight and Dash in particular haven't really contributed anything. I mean, there's that bit with like the water tower, but
and even then, Dash's contributions were overdone by Twilight's.
Mm-hmm. But it's just such a huge flaw. It's just Mars with the story. And it's like, if it wasn't for that, this would have been a lot better. But because they had to kind of really clumsily hand wave that away, just kind of really...
It leaves an odd taste.
Yeah, just because like
the
so much of this is great.
It's just like...
like, there's references to Blazing Saddles. I mean, come on.
There is one frame that I'm particularly fond of. I'm pretty sure you can find it.
Oh, I don't know which one it is.
We mentioned the water tower scene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was actually tweeted a little while back as a teaser.
But it's just, this was a really bad screw up, I think. I'm surprised, honestly. I'm honestly surprised this happened.
Yeah, it's weird
a
pretty big flaw that
Bobby Cornell is implying that Twilight is important to the second half of this story, which is in issue 26. But it's like, you still really had to do this weird...
That's
really bad justification.
If she is important, then I can see why they kept her and didn't just get rid of her. But that's at
the same time, it's like, if you have to pull you have to put her out of character to make it so the story doesn't end in 5 pages, you've done something wrong.
Yeah, you got to question the rest, how you structured your story if you've got to pull something like that.
I'm honestly surprised. I mean, other than that, it's really
other than that,
good. It's a really good setup and everything. It's other than that one thing though, which is such a glaring flaw, is hard to ignore. Just one thing.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird too, because like the rest of it, you got Twilight making goofy jokes with the rest of it too, and they're actually funny. Shut up, everyone who thinks they're not funny. They're funny, darn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could still recommend it for the most part, but
I would still recommend it because, like,
just know
you said,
it's
it's
really
a huge
nasty
flaw.
flaws
But
there.
I still think the rest of the story is.
I mean, it's one of those I really hope to make
story.
up for in the second half, because that is a really, like, that was one of those things you just weren't thinking. I think it just weren't really thinking too hard about this. Like, hey, yeah, it's kind of out of character and kind of really bad reasoning too in general.
Yeah. Like I said, I know why they did it. I understand the reasoning, but that was not a good way to do it. That was not good. Just no.
Try to justify something and kind of write someone out of character to do so.
Still think I almost did it again. I still think the whole issue is good. I would personally still recommend it, just because the rest of it's good. But that is a pretty glaring flaw.
Barely recommend it because of that flaw. That is such a nasty one. I'm like really surprised about that. It's like, what else is the other? I mean, I thought, yeah, especially after the Reflections arc, which was, let's be honest, a little disappointing. I was hoping
a little disappointing. I was hoping
this was
for a
just
bit more.
like this is almost like lazy writing.
Yeah.
This one spot.
I thought one. Yeah, it's one spot though.
This one spot is just lazy writing, but remember, one little mistake can really screw up everything.
It can screw up, but I don't think the rest of it had the same quality.
The rest of it was
really
great.
Good. So I don't think it's overall lazy writing. It's just one glaring problem. So
that one glaring problem, which really negatively affects the issue.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like I said, it's hard to ignore too.
It's a bit hard to ignore. It's not impossible, but it's you can still suspend your disbelief for a little bit, but it's strained.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting. I mean, I'm reading the issue, but I just keep thinking back to it. It's like, why? I just like reading. I'm like, what the hell? Barely recommend, and I'm really hoping 26 really justifies Twilight being there, because yeah, if you hear the Twilight fans saying Twilight shouldn't have been there, you messed up.
I think that's all we can say about the comic.
Yeah.
That I've got no music for fan content this week, unfortunately. I'm
so lazy.
I'm not the one making the music. I'm thinking it's just because
lazy.
Thanksgiving. So hopefully we'll have a resurgence of music next week.
Oh, Christmas. Oh no.
I don't have music, but we do have a fanfic.
I have found a fanfic.
So get back to it.
Yeah, I found a fanfic. It's called Reformation Buddies by Metool Bard. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So
That's the name.
It's another post Rainbow Rocks fic. I mean, I only think I've done one other one so far, but it's one. Basically, Discord is kind of like, yeah, sure, he's grateful to have friends now, actual friends now, but he doesn't have anyone he can really talk to who knows what he's going through. And then Twilight tells him a little bit about Sunset, and well, he's like, well, so he goes, see ya, and he goes, literally just pops right off to the human world, more or less. He just doesn't even use the mirror, just leaves because he can.
No, he takes a yacht.
Whatever, he leaves. He doesn't use the mirror, though.
No, he just disappears.
I'm off. See ya. And, well, he first appears in front of the sirens, and, well, two mixed reactions.
Yes.
And then he finds Sunset, and, well, Sunset knows exactly who he is, and, well, panics, because she doesn't know he's reformed, because Twilight didn't get a chance to tell her. And the problem is, at this point, well, because he can manipulate everything, she can't even trust the book. Even if Twilight wrote something to her saying that, oh yeah, don't worry, you can trust Discord, she can't trust that because Discord might have manipulated it.
Yep.
So now it's just she's giving Discord a little bit of time to, well, prove himself in her eyes. So that's the basic gist of it. I think as of right now is yes, there's a lot of post Rainbow Rocks fics out right now. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But this one is, I think, the first one I've seen that kind of throws Discord in the mix. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It is incomplete.
Yeah, it is complete. Is that, let's see, how many chapters? 8 now, I think. Yes.
Yeah, so it's incomplete, so it probably means it'll never update now that we're featuring it. It's not the first time that's happened, so let's hope that doesn't happen this time. I am interested to see where it goes. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's not like, one of my top reads, but it's pretty good. It's definitely readable. Definitely interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, I do like the how the sirens react to Discord is funny because, well, you got Adagi who thinks, well, this is our ticket to getting back on top, and well, Arya thinks that's actually Sonata is panicking like crazy because, well, this will be the end of everything. We're doomed. We're all doomed. Arya pretty much agrees with Sonata, even though she's being a baby about it, as she says.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, Adagio is going off to just try to convince Discord to help them, even though they all think Discord's still evil.
Yep.
And Sonata just thinks this is a terrible idea, and no matter what, that they're just going to become Discord's playthings.
And Arya just wants to sit back and
she's just going to watch because, well, it's probably going to be funny.
Yep.
So Sonata, even though she doesn't like the Rainbooms, wants to try to warn the Rainbooms, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
I just want to see how it goes. Because, yeah, it does kind of go on the idea of, hey, these are two people who didn't really know anything about friendship, and just constantly now are kind of still...
They both wanted to fight against friendship, and they were both reformed, and now they need to find friends. It's like, oh, hey.
Now they have friends now. I guess now they have somewhat similar experiences. That's the whole crux of the thing. So, it was fun.
Definitely something to look at and keep up with.
I'll keep up. You can post it when it updates, so...
Yep.
It's been updating actually pretty much every day, so...
That's nice. I think that's it for the episode.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to talk about. You don't have anything else to talk about, so we will close it off. If you liked what you heard and want to hear more upcoming and previous or whatnot, you can find all of our episodes at pony411.libsyn.com. You can also find us on iTunes. Just go there, search for Pony411, subscribe, and get everything automatically. If you use Stitcher, you can find us on Stitcher.com or use a mobile app. Just search for us, find us on there, and do all that sort of fun stuff. If you don't want to download anything or anything like that, you can also find us on YouTube. We are youtube.com/pony411. So go and subscribe to us there. Leave us a comment on anything if you want to let us know, kind of stuff like that. We also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern, so you can listen in there and all that sort of fun stuff. If you want to send us an email, get a hold of us, send us suggestions, comments, or, for example, what you think should be done with Spike or anything like that. If you have ideas, send it to us at pony411podcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter. We're at pony411. Tweet us or whatnot. Yeah, we'll respond. We hope.
Yeah.
We'll try. We're also on Facebook.com. That's facebook.com/pony411. Go like us there. We post whenever we post a new video. We'll post news there and such like that. So you can contact us there if you want as well. You can also contact us individually on Twitter. I'm at Alca7raz_ with a 7 instead of a T, and he is at Nemesis Prime 1.
Yep.
So go and follow us there, or just tweet us, or whatever you want to do. Say hi. We'll respond. Possibly. Most likely. Or just listen to us banter. Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. That concludes the episode. We hope you tune in next time.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
It's that time. Oh no.
What could we possibly be doing?
Oh no, I know what we're doing and I'm dreading it. But what we dread will possibly be funny for you. So, tune in as we horrify ourselves next week. Until then, please, pony responsibly. Good night, everyone.